Cool. Well, welcome back to another episode of the New Limits podcast as everyone sits up straight. Um, on this episode, we have the mini projects, and I'm going to introduce you to guys one by one. This is Emmy, Angel, Angel, and Mikey to my left. And they are a band, right? Please introduce yourselves.
Sí, we is a band.
A suburban band. Probably the best suburban band you'll ever hear.
Well, I don't know about that.
Un grupazo, señores.
Un
Del mero
grupazo.
mero.
But we is working and striving.
That's good, man. You guys are hustling. You guys are putting your name out there. You guys are doing things and making shit happen. Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, so I wanted to bring you guys on this podcast because you guys, obviously, you guys have been playing music for a while, right?
Yeah, we've just been playing music in general for
Our whole lives.
Since I can remember.
like 9 years. You
Since
were
I can
10.
remember, bro.
Right.
Because we started in a family choir with our parents,
Yeah.
and then from there, we went to make like a family project
Uh-huh.
where we made a band called Ritmo 13. Look us up on Facebook. We on YouTube too.
Yeah.
We basically played cover songs, and we played for parties like quinceañeras and weddings, and then
And Wendy's.
Wendy's.
We
Right.
played in their parking lot.
No, and then we made mini projects and who we is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So tell us about like this journey. So you guys started playing like with your dad, right? Like you guys started playing because of your dad. He's a musician as well.
See. Yeah, he came here in the 80s and right away, like within months, he was already in bands and grupos. So he's been in music forever. And then met my mom, got married, had kids, and then he had us and basically introduced us to music. It's funny because like, at least me personally, I never saw that I was going to pursue music eventually. I always thought like, whatever, it's music. It's not really like a passion. But then the older I got, the more I would like go to shows. I would always listen to music. And then I thought like, well, doesn't seem that hard. Why don't we just do it? Mm-hmm. So, and then,
But it's all thanks to
yeah.
Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was mostly our dad.
He basically taught all of us the instruments that we play now. He taught all of us the basics, and then it was up to us to like learn from it.
Damn, dude.
And basically perfect our craft.
But that's interesting because like at any point in time, you guys could have just said, nah, I don't like this. You know, this is for my dad. Because I feel like a lot of, let's say parents they had a dream to be something and they want to push that on their kids. But sometimes it doesn't turn out to be the way like the kids end up doing. It doesn't end up being the thing the kids end up doing, right? Mm-hmm. Like for example, you have a dad who had a dream to be like a professional baseball player, so they put their kids on baseball and all that, but their kids end up doing something else. But in this case, you guys did it for like the passion, the love of music.
And another thing is our dad and our parents never really forced us into it.
Uh-huh.
They kind of like encouraged us to add this to things that we could do, because they always taught us that playing an instrument will always get you money, because you could, if you're homeless, you could be playing on the street.
Yeah.
And people would still give you money.
You could be a street musician.
Yeah, they were just trying to teach us that there's certain things that you can learn in life that will always benefit you in the long run.
Dude, that's pretty true, actually. And it teaches you a certain skill to be like, almost in a way, always be like hustling.
Yeah.
Like an entrepreneur, right? Because at any point in time, you could be broke. You could just go out and, like you said, play a song out in the street, or play for a party, or play in front of a restaurant, and people would come and watch you play.
Yeah, people will still be entertained with music regardless.
That's pretty cool.
Oh my God, Angel, you sound so professional.
I can't even play for the podcast.
I was sitting in my room like, what can I talk about?
I was actually staring at the reflection, and I pretended that the reflection was Rigo. That's how I prepared.
He was like visualizing himself.
He taped a picture of Rigo on the mirror. He's like, whoa, Rigo, that's actually a really good question.
Yeah. You know how to do it. Right?
He is.
Hustling,
That's awesome. So, how is the dynamic being in a band full of family members? Because you guys are all siblings, and dude, I work with my brother, but like there comes a point in time where we bump heads, or like, you know, working with family is tough sometimes because especially if you're working with like an older brother or younger brothers, there's a crazy dynamic in play.
I would say for the most part, it's definitely we get along very well, and it's like a lot of teamwork. But yeah, like you said, there are some times. It's mostly during practice though, when sometimes we bump heads either with like what we decide to do with the song or how we go about making one. And the great thing Emily made for that instance is like we just put it to a vote since it's 3 of us. It's pretty like easy. Oh well, 2 people are gonna decide on one thing. But
So like majority rules.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She says let's put it to democratic vote, and then sometimes even that becomes a problem because oh well, 2 people are against one. It's obviously one-sided, but like it usually works out at the end for all of us because whatever we decide on that vote, it turns out being like the right choice.
That's good. Yeah, that's important because I can only imagine like there's so many things that you guys are bumping heads on because it's music. Music is so like
It can go either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a working dynamic because like we're still constantly being mindful of it. Is that when we're in the practice room, we're not siblings. We are bandmates and we're musicians and we're creative individuals trying to put something together. So we always try to be mindful, like once we're in the practice room, like the sibling dynamic needs to be left out the window. And then like once we leave the practice room, like we're gonna be siblings regardless.
Do you guys have like a special like ritual that you guys do? Like
Turn on the
before
lights.
practice?
Oh no, turn off the lights.
Yeah, turn off the lights.
So, like, once we turn off the lights, that's when you know.
When the lights are dim,
down.
shit's
Yeah.
about to go down.
Yeah, we have like strobe lights in our music room, so that also kind of helps to like get in that.
Get in the zone. Dude, that's
Exactly.
very interesting. Do you guys think that's like, are you guys superstitious? Like you need to have that?
My brother is. My
Yeah.
brother Michael. He's
Or
always the one
you-
that's like, when we find out a good song, or when we make a new song, we're in the creative process.
Yeah.
He's like, turn off the lights. And I'm like, hey, we gotta focus. Keep going.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, he's like, no, this is good. We got it.
Yeah.
But yeah. My
That's,
brother's probably-
it reminds me of, you know, the band Interpol. I don't know if you know him. The
Yeah.
first album is something When the Lights Are Low or something like that. It's a really good album. But
I
yeah,
haven't heard
it's,
of it. I'd have to check it out.
yeah, they're
Add
like,
to the list.
what, 2000s?
They're like
Post-punk?
they're like mid 2000s.
Oh, I definitely like them then, because all the
Yeah.
alternative music I listen to is
Yeah.
2000s.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They were actually one of my favorite like 2000 alternative bands.
Yeah.
But yeah, their covers like the lights all dim and it's all red lights like dim down. But yeah, there's a certain like feeling or aura that you get when the lights are low.
Yeah, especially well for me with my when we started our first band with my family, the Limo 13. Whenever we play for fiestas and there'd be those lights, that you know, the DJ lights, they would always get me hype, bro, because then I'm like, yeah, people
Oh,
want to
yeah.
dance, and then I just like the ambience of the lights, or like the fog machines and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. What is it about like low ambiance that makes people like more comfortable to go out and dance?
Because you don't see their
Like at
faces.
parties.
Because you know when people, you always make that face when either a song goes hard or when
Uh-huh.
you're like, ooh, like that.
Yeah.
I think that well, my sister, that might be it. Like, people don't see the faces, so like they feel more comfortable expressing themselves.
True.
They
that could
just
be.
get more in the zone. But yeah, whenever we're like working a song, and yeah, it's usually Michael is the first one, like turn off the lights. But we're like, no, wait, we still have to make sure it's like good, and like we got the verses down, we got the changes down. And then once we feel like, okay, this is like 90% there, now we're
Yeah.
like, okay, let's turn off the lights to just hit that last 10% of the song to like tie it all together, and then we really feel it.
That's
and then
cool.
We're in
It's
that
because
zone.
it's just sometimes, even when you're working on a song, like you know it's gonna hit. Cause there's one that we're working on. It's should I even say that?
AP.
It's called.
You get that feeling?
Yeah, yeah. It's called AP, man. Just
Don't tell me what AP is.
no, I know. I
Don't
want
tell
to.
me what AP means.
No. They'll have to
Alright.
figure it out when it comes out. But we were working on it the first night. I remember Emily came to us and told, "Oh, well, I think I found a new sound for a song." And we heard the guitar, and she was playing it fast at first. And I forget if it was me or Angel, but someone suggested, "Well, why don't we just slow it down?"
Oh, I gave you guys 2 versions. I was like, here's the fast and here's the slow.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
when we heard the slow one, I gave Angel a look. I was like, "Bro, hold up, time out. This sounds so nasty." And we started playing with it, bro.
And then Michael was like, "Turn off the lights."
Yes, even like as soon as we heard it, I told him to turn off the lights because, bro, it's just like I said. There's just sometimes when you hear a sound
Yeah.
and you just know it's gonna hit. Cause man, I was like, I made the stank face right away. I was like,
Is there a specific like what do you guys ultimately want to make people feel with your music? What's like the goal? I think that's different for everybody probably in here. Like
Yeah.
everyone in here. So it's a deep question. But like what is the ultimate goal for you guys, your guys' artistic expression?
go one by one, yeah.
We all try to
Yeah.
we all try to agree on a certain sound that we want for a project that we're working on, whether it's an EP or an album.
Yeah.
So my sister will when we're starting to get into the creative process of starting a new album or starting new songs, we'll either ask ourselves like, what kind of like vibe do we want coming from this song?
Uh-huh.
And with the new album coming out, we decided that we wanted to be like where you can like sit down and have a hot box session and listen
Yeah.
to the whole album.
Yeah.
That's what we all wanted.
Yeah.
We wanted it.
You want to have music that you like listening to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, I listen to this band called Men I Trust, and
Uh-huh.
their type of sound is it's kind of like that, where it's very lo-fi, or you could just listen and you're like, dang.
Yeah.
But then I told
And
my
you float
sister like
away.
we should do something like this, and we decided that for our next album, we're gonna try to do something like that.
Okay.
We really want to make those sounds.
I think
Yeah,
it's-
What about you?
I think at the end of the day, like, I can speak for everyone here that our band's purpose is, it's a creative outlook of what we go through individually, and this is our coping way of like dealing with things that we go through. And at the end of the day, it's about just making people feel good and making
Yeah.
people feel happy.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, our music is just very like, we just want you guys to have fun. We want you guys to like connect with us, vibe with us. It's very, very that way, with certain like elements of what we each like have gone through
Yeah.
personally.
Okay. I can agree with that because I've been to some of your shows personally,
See?
and it's like such a good like
Shouts out to
happy.
Rigo.
Yeah, we just had our show
Yeah.
here in Elgin at Side Street. What did you think?
Oh man! So I remember I told you like at one point you were playing one of the slower, like more melodic songs. I don't remember the name of it.
It's one of our new songs, so it has not been released.
I literally felt like I was listening to like I closed my eyes and I'm like, dude, I'm listening to Angel Olsen, like the indie the rocker chick, like her first album, where she was like her vocals are like in another level, and you reminded me of her, like all you guys together, all your guys' like music, the way you were playing. The way you- Yeah, no, for real. Like it was legit. But yeah, I could tell the people in there like they're having fun. It's a group of friends, and obviously right now it's kind of hard with everything that's going on to bring a lot of people together. But I can tell like when everything reopens, you guys are gonna have like bring that good vibe to everybody. Yeah.
But just wait.
It's just us.
Just wait.
We just tell people like we're
wait,
just a band of siblings,
Yeah.
just wanting to have fun.
The best suburban band ever.
Is that your motto? The best suburban band ever?
I don't know. That's not my motto. I guess that's his motto.
Dirty E, hell yeah.
That's a lot of big shoes to fill. Because there's a lot of good bands that come out from here.
Well, we are
Yeah.
the best one. What can I say?
We will be the best one. Mark my words. Listen to this podcast. Michael Brito, 2021, April 11th.
That's what I love it, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But
Have you guys played a lot of shows here in Elgin?
I would say just
Or
A couple.
more in
It
the
was
city?
mostly in Side Street where we played.
Yeah.
The only other one that we played here.
We did a backyard
Yeah.
show over the
Hell
summer.
yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as quarantine lifted.
Yeah, so we did one. It was outdoors, obviously, and like it was pretty safe. We had a backyard show. We did 2 shows at Side Street. We were fortunate to play at Pilsen Fest. It was 2019, so it was like our very first year as a band.
Yeah.
And we did another show at Simone's in Chicago and Pilsen also. So we've only done very few shows, but we're just, because of the pandemic, we've now shifted with
Music videos.
doing music videos to keep
Oh,
pushing
yeah,
our
dude. Your
music out
videos
there.
are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Your brother directs them, right? Or he does the
Yes.
filming and all that.
Our older brother Yuri, who's not in the
Shout out
band.
Uriel Brito.
Yeah.
He's probably like the 4th guy in the band.
The mystery
Well,
man.
Yeah.
well, this is what I say about our band is consisted of like a big team of
Yeah.
different people that believe in our band, that work with us. So Yuri, our older brother Uri, he's part of that team. He's a director, and he's the one that comes up with all the concepts of the music videos, and we just give him like the green light and tell him like, well, what do we need to do?
Right.
From there, we have like all the team of like the crew who's done our music videos, and it's usually like the same people. We have our friends Jose and Manny who record our music, so
Shouts
they're
out
part
to
of that
Jose and
team.
Manny, my guy.
Yeah.
And his new album, check it out.
Yeah.
The Go. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
what-
saying? Check it out on
there you
Spotify
go.
as
Yeah.
well.
So I'm like, we're a band, but this band comes with like a team of people behind us that
Right.
believe in
That's-
it enough
That's
to
what's up, man.
work
because
together.
you can't build something alone.
No.
Like
You can, but it would take either a
It'll
long
take
time
longer,
or
yeah.
And thankfully for us, we've been blessed with having a huge head start in this race because of our parents.
Oh yeah, that's right.
My dad, he owned all this equipment and all these instruments that we were
Able to loan
able,
from.
able to borrow from him
Yeah.
with no cost. Like we don't have to rent. We
Yeah.
don't have to like.
You guys already had mics. You guys
Yeah.
already had
and,
instruments.
like, we're grateful for that. That we get a huge head start.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
Yeah. If so, let's say somebody wants to start out maybe playing guitar. Maybe they weren't fortunate enough to have a parent that could teach them, or they maybe just want to start doing music just for an expression for themselves. Because we all been there, right? We all started somewhere.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to that person that's just trying to get themselves maybe out there? Maybe they want to do like a YouTube thing, but they're like, nah, no one's gonna like this, or how we all have that like
Those
insecurity.
insecurities.
Yeah. What would you tell
I
that
would
person?
say
Or maybe the younger version of
the younger, well, I would say just do it for yourself first to begin with. Because if you don't do it for yourself, then it won't happen. Like, I remember like being 16, 17 years old and spending countless hours just playing guitar in my room, like hours and hours and hours on end. I didn't do it for anyone. Like MySpace and Facebook were barely a thing, but like YouTube was also relatively new. But I didn't have like the equipment of like posting videos, but I did it for myself
yeah.
first, and then getting older, and then like now like doing music as a band, as a family. It was the same mindset. Like we were like, let's just record music just to record music. And we did it for ourselves. We didn't do it. I didn't do it because like I want a band from this. I literally said to them like, let's just record it just so I can say I recorded
did it.
music. And I did it.
That was like 2018, 2019?
Yeah, that was 2018.
Okay.
Yeah. But that like spiraled into more people listening to it, and then more people saying like, you guys should play live. And so we're like, okay, we'll do a live show. And then
Yeah.
from there it just kept going and kept going and kept going.
So it just snowballs into different
yeah.
things.
So I think the advice I would say is like, just do it because you genuinely want to do it for you.
Yeah, dude. I was literally talking to a friend of mine earlier today, and we were talking about the same thing. Like, because he just started painting,
Oh,
and like his paintings are actually really good. And I'm like, dude, how long have you been painting? It's like literally just like this year or last year. I'm like, really? And he does like poetry with his paintings. Like once he's done with the painting, he'll do a poetry piece with it. And like, he was like, yeah, I just started like sketching and then snowballed into like this other stuff. I'm like, well, I've never painted with it. Let me just try painting it. And like everything just snowballs into something else.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Especially when you're, like my sister said, if you're just doing it for yourself, you'll just end up pushing yourself. You're like, I don't know if pushing yourself is the right word, but it'll just keep going.
It motivates.
You're all by yourself, like you're not showing it to anyone.
Yeah.
And some people have that mindset of like, oh, well, let's see if I try this, how will it turn out. You'll start experimenting.
Right.
Because you're with yourself. But once you get like a couple people to notice, or like even your friends, definitely pay attention to the positive. Because obviously there's gonna be like negative comments or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
Always.
Yeah.
Like, you can't help that.
No, maybe you should do this. Or,
Yeah.
your vocals are kind of
Obviously,
shitty.
obviously there's a difference between constructive criticism and just pure out like, oh, no, you suck, my guy. Just drop it. But
Negative Nancy's.
definitely don't take constructive criticism as something bad. Take it in. Like if you can see that they're trying to give you pointers, definitely take that in because they're trying to help.
Yeah.
And whenever you get something good that someone tells you, oh, I felt really good during this song, like something simple like that. Like if you can make someone feel something when you're playing a song, like you already did it as a musician, because that's what I like to do. Like when I hear that after our shows, even especially from other bands, other musicians, like when I hear that, oh, like I enjoyed your show, I felt so great. Like that's really what I strive to hear after a show. Like if I can at least hear one person say,
Right.
you know, I had a good time.
Yeah. And I think that comes with like you guys also being loose on stage, right? Like, cause you're giving off that energy. That's the cool thing about music, and also the trippy thing is like, it's like a big old like orgy of like sounds. You know what I mean?
It's all kid naked. Yes.
It's an orgy of sounds. Cause like, you guys think about it.
Especially Angel, because he talks so much during the shows.
For real, bro. You
God.
can never get him
Dude,
to shut up.
JK, he's the drummer. He never says
He
anything.
doesn't say anything.
He's just back there holding it down.
Yeah, but like it's crazy. Like you guys are giving off a vibe, and the vibe comes back to you, and I don't know. It's
It's just always fun. We always just, at least for me personally, I try my best to not overthink and get anxious, because that's my biggest downfall is I get so much anxiety because I'm pressuring myself to do the best that I can, and
She's
I
even
forget.
wearing it on her head.
oh man,
Yeah, I literally like
you're
anxiety.
doing like 3 jobs. Like it's insane. Like you play guitar, and then you're doing vocals, and then you're like messing with your pedals,
It's a lot.
and then you're like, what song is next?
And that's
And then interacting with the crowd.
And with the crowd, getting the crowd into it,
and that's only like the stuff you guys see, like all the stuff that she does.
in practice.
No, I'm talking about like all the stuff that you guys don't see when it comes to like raising money,
Oh yeah,
spreading word, or getting people to help.
yeah,
She does all that, so she's kind of like a manager almost.
Yeah.
She does like those things too.
Yeah.
For us.
yeah.
Because
Because
she does a lot.
I can imagine, because you guys are like literally like
Your
also
babies.
entrepreneurs, you know, like the
We're trying to
cliche
sell
word.
ourselves, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
the
a
same as a
business as
business.
well, man. You guys got to put yourself out there and connect with the
See.
right people to help
Yeah.
you spread the word about your band.
Yeah.
And music is probably like the toughest business to get into, because there's a big like corporate stranglehold on music as well, and that's the scary part. It's like, damn, like if you sign a contract, now this company owns like your music
Everything.
forever,
Yeah.
and like all you worked for, you probably
It's
get like,
like
a
how
chunk.
much creative
Yeah.
outlet are we allowed to have, like
Yeah.
creative control. Yeah, it's like sometimes I it's hard like having a band when like 2 of the bandmates are still relatively young and new to the scene.
Yeah.
So I have to do everything, but at the same time they keep me like grounded because they're just so laid back.
Yeah.
So like it like helps to balance
They help
that.
you not to take it too seriously.
Yeah, because
Or
like
maybe just relax.
my- exactly, because I'm like, imagínate si todos estábamos así, like,
Yeah.
like constantly like trying to grind and like get things done, and they're like, no, Emily, you got
subimos
this,
una
like,
canción.
we're gonna be fine. So
Yeah.
like they help me like come back and be like,
That's
no, we're gonna be
good.
fine.
And going along with following up with the question that Rigo had asked earlier about what advice,
Yeah.
it just made me think about what you just said and what Emily just said right now. I would probably tell whoever is trying to, start
Playing music
playing
or
music or do something on YouTube or whatever it may be. I think the biggest problem that most of us have is that we tend to think too much into the future, or too much of what people would think about in the future.
Yeah.
When we don't even think about the now. The creative process that we're doing now, learning how to play, finding a nice, rhythm, playing a nice beat, recording a song. We don't think about that, but instead we think about, what will these people think about in the future?
Yeah.
So I feel like most of us should just start realizing that what we're doing now is great, and it's creativeness that we should like enjoy.
Yeah.
So
True.
that's probably the best advice I would give to someone. Just like think about the now.
That is probably the best advice, because when you're listening to music, you're literally just in the now. Like, you're not listening to a song. I mean, like, maybe
What's the next song?
Yeah.
You don't do that.
That's the good thing about music, is that it takes you away from all the freaking stress that you have, and it puts you in the moment. And that's why musicians are probably the happiest people in the world. No, I'm kidding. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not.
I mean,
You
I'm
know, who
happy,
knows?
but when it comes to like,
Keeps us young.
when it
Yeah,
comes to, like,
definitely.
gigs, and then you have to take down the.
Oh,
machines,
yeah, it
that's-
becomes a hustle.
That's when I want to die. Bro.
Yes.
I don't
No
wanna-
one knows the struggle, man. The struggle of, like, you have to set up and get there early, carry all your stuff, and then at the end of the show, bring it all down.
That's the worst.
Yeah, it's the hustle.
There's got to be pros and cons, man.
If you could take one thing away, would that be it?
From like
From the
from
whole,
being a musician.
yeah. What's one thing that you could take away from?
I would probably I'd probably have to say that, or like if we ever make it out there, which I hope we will, I would probably hate the things that we'd have to do for like our sponsorships, whether if we're in a commercial, for instance,
Yeah.
we have to be in shoot for like a whole day, and I have to be in that clothes or whatever.
Oh,
I'm probably gonna
okay.
hate that too, like, damn, I gotta do this a whole
You're like
day.
playing a character.
Yeah, and it's like I just want to chill, like make music.
Yeah.
He's like, Emily, you do that.
No, I mean, for me, it's mostly about the creative process and like.
I mean,
the
that's.
music.
I think that's a cool thing about doing music in today's era, is that you can do it however you like. You don't really need the big. Maybe like back in the day, to make it big, you needed the big corporate.
Or if you're trying to get that bag.
Right. Exactly. But now, I mean, you could make good money playing shows. That's where musicians make money, right? Playing shows.
Shows and merch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's so many different platforms you can use now. Like before, like it was just the radio. Yeah, you just turn on the radio.
It was a monopoly they had.
Yeah, and now you can use Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, literally anything.
Right.
Everything.
Do you guys still get nervous on stage?
Hell yeah.
Hell no. Now you know why? Because I'm about to put on my cocky pants on right now. Because I know we're gonna play good. I know sometimes Emily gets nervous because obviously she has different jobs to do.
Yeah.
And what I'd like to try to do is like, just chill out. We're gonna do good. Just vibe out.
He's my right wing man on stage.
Yeah,
so,
he is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's literally right next to you. I'm in the back.
And literally on my right.
Yeah.
On my right.
Yeah. But yeah, I know we're gonna play good because I know like this is something we've been doing our whole lives. So I know we're good at it. I know we're gonna give a good show. I don't think I felt nervous on stage in a while, and I like to think, even if we get to the point to where we're in front of a lot of people, I like to think I still wouldn't get nervous, just because I'm already used to it. Actually, you know why? Because when we play Ritmo 13, Mexican crowd.
Yeah, Mexican crowds are harder.
My God.
Yeah.
They're harder.
Don't even clap.
That's what I'm saying. Like as long I remember as long as they clap, I'm good. I feel great.
Yeah.
But there have been a couple songs where
They
no one
stare.
they just stare. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, but our dad says like, hey, that crowd is there for the music. They're listening to you, which we have to like remember. Like, no, they're enjoying it, but they are harder to read. So maybe that's why we don't get as nervous.
Well, could it be because of like eating? Like, is it like, no, they're done. They should be done with a sentence.
Even también cuando están comiendo, they don't even turn around because they're just
It's background
they're
music.
enjoying the food. But say, what are you doing? I'll be like, no, I'll dance and I'll eat. I'll dance and I'll sing. I'll do that all the time. Or at least I
But if you
always
think
clap.
about it, like they're still enjoying doing it because the minute we'll stop playing, like let's actually put it to this, we don't play for 5 minutes, they're gonna look at us and be like, why aren't you guys playing?
No, yeah.
So they still appreciate it. They're just not collecting their eating.
Cool. So before we wrap this up, what would you say? Because this podcast is like New Limits, so I want to throw in a team question in there. What would you guys say is like that one thing that you guys maybe adjusted or learned about the process or learned through failing and like, oh, maybe we should do it this way or that way, that like got you guys maybe to this new limit of like, oh, we're more like, we feel more professional or maybe more like in the zone, or what's that one thing that helped you guys maybe reach that like new limit in your band?
I think it's definitely consistency.
Yeah.
We just keep working. We keep fixing issues. At least for me, every time we do a show, and if somebody happens to capture that footage somehow, like either if it's on a live stream show we've done, or like people send me videos, I take critique on myself. Like that was good, that was bad. I need to change that. I need to fix that. I always look at that as homework of like, what can I do to just be better as a performer, to be better as a musician, be better with interacting with the crowd. I occasionally re-listen to our old recordings and say like, wow, how can we get better even with our music, with our recording sessions? I look at our social media as like, what can we do to engage, keep people like, you know, in tune with our Instagram handle, our Facebook. Am I talking with people? Am I constantly like sharing about the band? Like, am I wearing our merch? Which, by the way, we have merch. If you guys want to like check us out. So it's just like, it's consistency of what am I doing to keep the band moving forward.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely, now when you say that, I'm like, yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that go behind the scenes for sure.
And then with what my sister said with consistency, one thing that we had to fix in order to get that consistency was communication.
Yeah.
Because for us, we weren't really communicating that well outside of
Sibling dynamic.
Yes, the sibling dynamic. We weren't really communicating that much. I think we were stuck on the we're bandmates, you know. Like,
yeah.
But it was mostly the fact that I didn't keep an agenda, like a personal agenda. I kept my school agenda over my school homework, but I didn't really do one for my activities outside of school because I didn't think like, oh, I didn't need this. Like,
yeah.
I could do it in my head. But that was the biggest mistake I did.
Okay.
And then I started doing that. I started communicating better with my sister, and I think that's bringing this consistency.
Communication is huge, yeah. Definitely. For sure. Like, yeah, consistency. Consistency will build over time. And the more you do it, the more easier it becomes, the more second nature it becomes. And it just gets easier over time.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Organized time as well.
So where can people find you guys if they want to buy merch, if they want to listen to your music?
Yeah, they can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube as The Mini Projects. So on Bandcamp as well. So you guys can check out all of our videos. We have three music videos out. You can buy our merch there as well. And yeah, we're gonna be having some future shows in the summer, hopefully.
Some new music too.
So they can find you on Spotify,
Apple Music, YouTube.
Mini Projects. Gotcha.
The Mini Projects.
The Mini Projects.
Yeah.
And then like you know, in Facebook first it was the Facebook. We're the
Mini Projects.
The only Mini Projects. The best suburban band. Also, for our social medias, we're mostly on Instagram. So
But we're trying to stay constant on everything.
yeah.
So it's the same constant.
Yeah.
Overall. Okay, cool. Anything you guys want to talk about, or anything you guys that I didn't ask you that you guys want to talk about? Share.
What do we have coming soon?
Thoughts?
How you feeling?
Oh, me? Bro, let me put my drink down real quick. Alright.
You asked the wrong question.
I'm just gonna give our outro real quick. I'm gonna despedir a los miembros del grupazo, del nuevo grupazo de LG. So over here we got Angel on the drums, aka Devin Miles, because he can't read music, aka Anime Boy, aka Sad Boy,
aka Dream Boy,
aka Eric Matthews,
Cloud Boy, because I be on Cloud 9,
aka Clown
Boy,
aka Melio Dasama,
aka Angel,
Or just Angel, his name.
yeah, and we got Emily over here.
and aka Wendy,
No, then we got Emily.
aka
Not Ariel.
not Ariel, aka Selena, Walmart version, aka off-brand Selena, aka
You're telling the people all of our nicknames.
that's what I'm saying.
Rodrigo,
aka Suave, aka Rod, aka Hot Rod, aka Burnt Toast,
aka Go,
And then it's just Mikey.
aka Go.
aka.
Let's talk about this hair thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, Christina, in case y'all watching this, it turned out good. I know she didn't want me to have box braids, but it turned out good.
Alright, cool.
We got aka Ugly Pretty Boy.
I was gonna go on.
Oh yeah, and then like just last fun fact, you guys can also see our dog Logan on many of our. He's the fourth member of the band.
There you go.
Oh yeah, while we're recording this, happy National Pet
Pet
Day
Day.
to my boy Logan. He's about to be 4. He's a G.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's in our music videos as well, and he's on our T-shirt
That's
as well.
right. So if y'all are dogs, he's a German Shepherd, the best dog.
He's looking for a hyena. He's trying to get some puppies. He's trying to get some puppies.
Purebred, please. Purebred.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having
And
us.
looking forward to hearing some new music coming soon.
Wow.
Yes.
Looking forward to seeing maybe shows with people in it again. So awesome. There you guys have it. The mini projects and New Limits podcast. Check them out.
Make
See
sure you
guys.
drink water.
Drink your water. Stay hydrated.
Bye. Woo.